Um, I would have to say swimming because it's not it doesn't when I'm in the water it doesn't allow for as much pressure to be on my knees and on my joints and on my back, so it helps my spine if I can align everything properly. I'm sorry, I'm going on a squirrel tangent. Anyways, the I would be the swimming.
Where would you feel most comfortable exercising to meet these swimming requirements? Like, for example, um, like a family pool or a pool in your area?
It would be. I have some friends go to I think it's called the Ventura Aquatic Center, and they. Well, I don't know. They have friends that go there, but the people I know that go there say it's really good.
What are the exercises that you feel most comfortable performing in the pool?
While I'm in the pool, because of because of the floating and because of the buoyancy aspect, I'm able to do bicycle kicks, flutter kicks, front strokes, and I could do like squats and even like some squat like jumps because I don't, depending on how deep I go in the pool. And anything I try to, because I have I have a not so great memory. I try to, go off of kind of what else I can see. So it's been a while since I've been in the water PT program.
So, what are some exercises that you don't feel comfortable performing in the pool?
There's some swimming stroke things. I can't really do. I don't quite know what they're called. It's like outer leg lifts or whatever they're called, and then I can't really do a breaststroke or I can't really jog in place for that long. But that depends even on the day, how long I can do it, and then I can't do a butterfly, stroke or yeah.
So, if you wanted to learn new techniques or other exercises in the pool, who do you think you could use to help show you proper technique or to be your support system or training partner that can keep you accountable for working out every day?
Well, since you asked, I'm gonna kind of, I'm gonna kind of put it on you. I know you've grown up swimming your whole life. I know that you live next to Mrs. Stanley, who has the pool right there. Although that be it up in Ojai, it's I know you've done all your life. Would you mind helping me?
Yeah, I can do that. What are some experiences that can help you improve your confidence or your exercise abilities to help you maintain a self-confidence and build your self-confidence and your enjoyment with exercise?
Well, I used to be extremely athletic. Prior to my injury, I was in great shape. I was, sending Fifth Airborne Ranger, and I did a lot of things. So, I would love to, maybe join a swim team, like a competitive swim team. Obviously, that's going to be a long-term goal. I can't make that happen overnight, but I would love to, maybe even just join a team, or join an aerobics class, just something to hold me accountable to to be there. Maybe even learn and be able to teach an aerobics class or aqua aerobics class or whatever that's called.
Do you think that if you join an aerobics class, it'll help you with your social skills and work? It'll be a motivating factor for you to continue working out.
Well, yes. For a shorthand answer, yes. I think I think it would be good. I think for me personally, it helps to have somebody else be able to hold me accountable. After my injuries and stuff, I my give a darn buttons just kind of been turned off, and it's I think it would be great.
So what are some barriers that have kept you from being physically active?
Well, I mean, like I've mentioned, which I was injured in Afghanistan in 2013 by indirect fire. Essentially, a mortar round had hit in the compound that I was at. We were I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
What are some things that have
Kept me
barriers
from-
that have
yeah.
kept you from being physically active?
I think pride is one of them. And that's for a while. I wasn't able to do it. I'm still not able to do very much. With now, but I'm a heck of a lot able to. I can do a heck of a lot more than I used to. Everything's continuously getting better, but because of my TBI and because of my PTSD and depression and everything, for a while I was lost. But and so I gained a lot of weight, but with my nerve damage from that injury, I mean, it's just I kind of lost hope because I wasn't, they told me that it's essentially I have permanent nerve damage. I was able, it was in my groin and my am I allowed to say that? It was in my testicles, and it just, and then down through my legs and to my feet and then my back, my lower back, and because of the nerves and everything, causes severe muscle spasms and for everything to just kind of compress and tighten throughout my body, and it sends pain signals when there's nothing there. Luckily, about a year and a half ago, I was able to get a DRG implant done, which is a dorsal root ganglion stimulator, implanted into my lower back with I've got essentially it's 4 leads going into my spinal cords, and what it is each lead is set with a certain pulsation rate and I don't know, and voltage rate, I guess. I don't know what you quite call it, but it's set at a certain thing to where it's continually sending out like electronic shocks similar to a TENS unit, only a lot smaller scale, I guess, more intense. But it sends the shocks down to block the pain signals getting shot up. So what it does is it runs interference between my brain and where the damage is at. Essentially, it comes up and with the pulsation created by my DRG stimulator, it blocks the pain signal, from going all the way up the rest of my spinal cord to my brain. I'm sorry if that was kind of a little erratic. I've pretty terrible short-term memory, so I will forget sometimes where I'm where I'm at. If I don't, you know, focus on something else, I'll lose track of what I'm talking about.
So, were any of the barriers that you previously talked about that keep you from being physically active, were they in place when you were trying to be active in the past?
You mean, you mean prior to my injury? Growing up, and you know, up until 2013, I was a very athletic,
Pardon me.
a very fun person. You know, I mean, that's a weird saying, but I was very athletic. The barriers, you know, like I said, when I was injured and that nerve damage, I couldn't walk 10 feet. You know, I went in for simple, you know, essentially bilateral inguinal hernia repairs, which were, you know, but it was, instead of it just being 2 holes, it was ripped from hip to hip. So I've mashed all the way across. They're not sure whether it was, you know, because of how bad that ripped, or because of shrapnel, or because maybe the doctor nicked something going in there to fix it. But you know, the pain into my groin was just. I mean, I complain about my back a lot, but comparatively speaking, when it was in my groin, it was debilitating completely. And you know, with my back, I still get stuck and I can't get out of bed, and there are days I can't do a whole lot. You know, with my arthritis and nerve damage and everything, you know, it's when it gets cold and stuff, sometimes, you know, it really bothers. But I was definitely very athletic prior, you know, and then once that happened, you know, kind of all hell broke loose, if you will, and I kind of had a meltdown period for a few years where I was just kind of making it day to day and not really doing much. And now I have a very sedentary, you know, I don't know if that's even the right word, but lifestyle. I don't do very much, you know. I go to PT, I go to my doctor's appointments, I go to class, and I do homework, and I go to church on Sundays, and that's pretty much it. You know, I would really love to get back to where I was. However, I will. I will get even better. I just refuse to accept otherwise. But I do realize that it is a slow process. I realize I have to look at it comparatively speaking. You know, comparatively speaking, it's compare where I was, you know, 6 months ago to where I am now is black and white. Let alone to where I was 2, 3, 4 years ago. I mean, every day gets better. You know, I've come so far. I've still got a long way to go, but if I look back, I've come a long way, and I've got a great support system to help me with that. And you are definitely one of those people that I consider, you know, my key. You know, you know, when I had my motorcycle accident, you know, I was not a fun person to be around. You know, I was in a lot of pain, you know, with all that damage as well, you know, on top of my nerve damage. So, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm rambling again. Pardon me.
It's okay. Well, thank you for your time, and I appreciate your help.
No, thank you, you know, for, you know, everything you've done for me, all the help you've given me. I'm going to hold you to the aquatic classes. So I'd like for you to hold me to getting better continuously. I know you do, and I know that I am, and that, you know, we are, but I appreciate your continued help.